For the first time in years, I can actually say that competition, it feels real again. It actually feels real. I've been watching the Xbox showcase and obviously the PlayStation presentation, and I had one simple thought. Are we witnessing the rise, the start of a new console war? And to be absolutely fair, war has a negative explanation, right? War is nothing positive about war. In terms of console war, I come from the 80s and 90s. We had an enormous amount of platforms all doing their own thing, trying to compete, creating ever more better games or experiences or whatever. So what we're now seeing is that both companies, PlayStation and Sony, are retreating a bit into their own habitat, if you will, and trying to explain to the gamers that their platform is the best ecosystem and platform to play on because we have all these nitty-gritty, fantastic IPs and exclusives. We've seen it now with Gears of War E-Day not coming to PlayStation 5.
So today, we're announcing that Gears of War E-Day will be an Xbox console exclusive.
And funny to say, I love to see what you think in the comments. Be respectful, but I think it's a good thing. I do think.
Bro, what are you talking about, man?
The question is, are we seeing the start of a new console war? And it's not the Xbox 360. I've got my 360s. That's beauty, isn't it? It's a beauty, isn't it? It's, for me, the Xbox 360 together with the PlayStation 3 were the best the whole scene has ever brought to the table in terms of gaming experience. But we're not talking about the Xbox 360 era. I'm not talking about the Halo versus Killzone era. I'm talking about something different because competition is clearly heating up with the new CEO of Xbox making all these bold statements and moves. And honestly, I really think that that is fantastic news for gamers. Trust me, Nintendo has already been doing its own thing for decades now. If you want to play Donkey Kong, if you want to play Mario or Luigi's Mansion or Metroid or Star Fox or the Mario Kart, whatever, just go, list goes on and on. You need to buy a Nintendo. There is technically no stopping Nintendo in bringing their games to Sony and to Microsoft. Say, I want to release on your platform, but they don't. They want to bring something special and want to tie consumers into that ecosystem. So the golden age of competition was, for me, the time when the original Xbox brought Halo and started experimenting with Xbox Live and bringing innovation in that scene, and eventually going to the 360 and then bringing Gears and Forza. And with PlayStation 2, obviously you had dominance, but you had huge exclusives. And then eventually the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 knocked on that generation's door. And for me, again, it's the best generation ever. We can talk about Halo 3 and what it meant for the community and the online presence and gaming with the new IP Gears of War coming to the scene and completely reinventing the cover shooter and also in terms of graphics and storytelling. It came with Fable and Forza Horizon. But on the other side of the fence, we had PlayStation doing their own thing with Uncharted, God of War, Resistance, Little Big Planet, and the list goes on and on. Eventually PlayStation 3 also brought the first Last of Us, and that is a critically acclaimed, well-established IP right now. And to me, the first installment on the PlayStation 3 was just an experience on its own. It was a love letter because it came out right at the end of the life cycle of the PlayStation 3. I think Naughty Dog could have as well said, we're going to release on the PlayStation 4 and make it even better. But no, they went for the PlayStation 3 as a love letter, a goodbye to that generation, and poured everything out of that system, which was a technical marvel. Because back then, those companies were actually fighting, everybody was hungry, and eventually gamers benefited with all these installments because there was no option for Sony or for Xbox or Microsoft in that matter to, let go a bit or loosen up or not taking things serious. No, there was a complete demand in bringing the best and the most fantastic IPs to your system to tie people into your ecosystem. So the question is, how did it end it? Well, that's very clear already.
So stick with 360, that's your message if you don't like it?
If you have zero access to the internet, that is an offline device.
Spent some time on it in my previous videos. That was the Xbox One launch that actually killed Xbox. It was focused on TV, and you got another TV, you got TV.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Xbox One.
TV experience. TV. TV and movies. TV. Xbox. Watch TV. 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 TV.
Always online, and oh, you want to play games. Oh, wait, Connect.
Watch TV. Watch TV. TV and TV remote. TV experience. TV. 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 Sports TV. 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 Anybody?
Completely connected to the system to buy it.
Is an offline device.
And PlayStation at that time, they capitalized on it because Xbox came with Game Pass, Cloud, and an ecosystem. Eventually, they grew into that with handhelds, PC, Play Anywhere. PlayStation just focused on console dominance with premium exclusives. That's what makes that system eventually unique. You can say a lot about the games, you can hate them, you can love them, that's fine, but you can't deny that Sony has been doing its own thing and really releasing first-party titles as an exclusive to their ecosystem. That made the competition actually faded. So on one side you have Xbox just completely losing focus, and on the other side you've got PlayStation capitalizes on that, and the identity for Xbox actually became blurry. And I can't deny, I have every Xbox console, but if I'm just taking like for like in terms of consoles where I'm playing more, then it's PlayStation where I'm playing more. And this is why the Xbox showcase matters.
Enjoy the show.
My reaction is that on one side, as I've explained in my previous videos, is that Asha was a weird choice, but eventually she understood very quickly what the community has been lacking, or what they are saying, and their response to that was lacking. And for the first time in years, for me, it felt that Xbox didn't feel defensive. I'm seeing a lot of comments on Twitter as well that there was a lot of PlayStation 5 logos still. These are just done and dusted contracts and agreements, right? They were already meant to come to that system, or they are third-party titles that are going to be released anyway on both systems. But finally, that bold move by saying Gears is going to be in exclusives, I'm all for that. Let Sony come up with their own Gears, with their own "This is awesome" title to compete to that system. So the strong exclusives, the variety, the new IPs, and the confidence from the start of Asha Sharma in terms of how to present Xbox as a brand for the gamers, giving it that green feel again, get rid of that Microsoft gaming. It's now all about Xbox, and Xbox actually felt proud to be Xbox again, and that matters for me. I'm getting emotional here, but the amount of fun I had despite the 3 red rings of death were absolutely outstanding on that console. And the PlayStation 3 is a fantastic platform, absolutely. So why? The question then is, why do exclusives matter? Not because exclusivity is good per se, but identity matters. It's the same with every brand. Whether we're looking at cars or bikes or anything in your household, they are competing against other companies, and that gives them identity. Do we need to talk about the identity of Halo? If you've lived through the Xbox periods with the 360 at its peak, and you say Halo, then you don't have to close your eyes on understanding what feeling that gives. The first Gears was an experience. I've played that game 4 or 5 times in a row, and especially 360 online gaming. It's some of the most memorable moments and people I've met online. But on the other side, Uncharted everything feels like a knockoff. The 007 that's now out is just a Hitman slapped with an Uncharted brand on it and call it 007. And if you like it, kudos. It's probably a good game. But Uncharted, God of War has even reached such a status that Santa Monica is not even able to release a spin-off without causing controversies right now. Because, I'm not going into that right now. That's not for now. But God of War has established itself. And the reason why we remember those eras is because these platform has these identities. If every game goes everywhere, eventually every platform becomes the same. If I can play Gears of War on a PlayStation, then why would I bother to buy into the ecosystem of Xbox? And in that sense, Xbox has a fantastic level playing field. I have an ROG Xbox LIX. I have a PC. I have an Xbox Series X. I would be the most targeted candidate to buy into the ecosystem for the exclusives and play anywhere, everywhere. It works marvelous, really. But if every game goes everywhere, then eventually every platform becomes the same. That's some words of wisdom. It's dangerous. PlayStation isn't standing still. And that's important to me. Don't make it Xbox is good and PlayStation is bad. No. Absolutely not. I think PlayStation is fantastic. I think Xbox is fantastic. Xbox is rising and PlayStation remains incredibly good. That's how I see it. So on one side, you see that, as I discussed in my previous videos, PlayStation 5 Pro, I think it makes sense now to do that upgrade. For me, we don't need a PlayStation 6. We don't need a Project Helix. It's fantastic that these guys are working on it. But if I'm looking at what we can do with maybe upgrade the hardware slightly and really buy into do that as a developer to optimize these games, I don't have a feel right now for a new console. PS5 Pro it makes sense, especially with Resident Evil 9 and what they can do with it. Wolverine, that is coming. Right, I'm hyped for that. I was a bit concerned because, yes, it's not an open world like Spider-Man. No. It's more linear. I hope it's not a quick time event-driven game, but okay, I'm hyped. It's Wolverine. It's hyped. And it's perfectly exclusively tied to the PlayStation. Cyros. The only issue I have with Cyros is that there's not enough of it. It ends quite quickly if you just push on a bit, and after that you can spend some time and do the collectibles and doing some side quests left and right, but that's it. There's nothing much to do now. I'm actually hoping for more to do. So House Marquee, please release some DLC. GTA 6 marketing. You have Portal. I have a Portal now. To be fair, my daughter confiscated it a bit, but it works seamlessly. And if we could just make that PlayStation actually has a handheld that delivers PlayStation 5-ish graphics with the same ecosystem, with cloud streaming, then you got a killer, you got a killer ecosystem if you have exclusives that tie you into that platform. So the new console war. But here's the twist. The new war isn't Xbox fights PlayStation. It isn't. It's ecosystem versus ecosystem. That is the most important mention and the most important name that we can tie to this battle that is going to come. On the Xbox side, we have, as I told you, the console. We have the PC. We have the cloud. We have the Game Pass. And we have a very healthy potential handheld future. As said, me and my ROG Xbox LIX, we're going through some fine times right now, and if we're looking at the other side of the fence again, PlayStation, PS5 Pro, Portal Cloud, premium exclusives. And that premium exclusives, I want to let that be tied to Xbox as well moving forward, with E-Day being the first of many, hopefully. And we can't rule out Nintendo. I've mentioned them first. Nintendo is also a player. They have shown with doing your own thing. That's the feeling you have, the brand establishment. If we think about Nintendo, we know what to expect. We know what they are, and we know what you're going to get. We have Switches here in the house too. Yeah, my daughter plays a killer lot of Minecraft on that thing. But we're playing Luigi's Mansion, one of the best games ever created. Luigi Mansion 2, that is, not 1, 2. Donkey Kong, love it. Mario, love it to play it sometimes, especially on the go. So Nintendo has got his own brand thing going on. The battlefield changed a bit right now, right? The competition did it, but the battlefield changed a bit. I think that's the way to explain it. So the question is, my dear friends, people of the show, are we going back to 2007? I don't think we're going to get another Halo 3 versus Uncharted versus whatever era. But I do think that we're entering something new, and I'm absolutely want to be front row seated for that one. And it's the first time in a very long time Xbox really feels hungry. They feel hungry, and that's exactly the spirit that Asha has brought into this this company with Xbox, and although we were skeptical as a gaming community, you can't deny that she is doing a lot of good things. Most things are not really related to games themselves, like a logo change, a name change, but the way she responds also online on Twitter, it's good to see that somebody takes that very, very seriously. And let's now see if this capitalizes moving forward. They feel hungry right now, and PlayStation, rightfully so, feels challenged. The removal of Gears E-Day as an exclusive, potential exclusive, is big. Competition feels real, and as gamers, that is exactly what we should want, because historically, gaming at its best is when nobody is comfortable on that side. They always need to feel a bit afraid of losing from the competition, because that will drive new ideas, new IPs, new whatever. It can only benefit us, also in terms of pricing, because if there is only one platform to play on, then that monopoly can ask what they want. So it will drive innovation, it will drive new games, it will drive creativity, and historically to be on top of everything. So again, friends of the show, what is your idea? Console war, yay, nay? What is your opinion about this competition that is really seem to be driving towards a clash in that sense? So looking forward to that. Next video online will be about the RG Xbox LAX. Got some good things coming up there, some tips, tricks, and some things moving forward after my 6 months with the platform. For now, drop a like, subscribe, hit those notifications button. See you on the battlefield.